Welcome back to It's Art at the End of the Day, the show where we peel back the layers of creative minds and explore what makes an artist tick. Today we're stepping into the textured dreamlike world of Magdalena Del Mar, a Polish artist whose work lives in the space between memory and emotion, body and shadow. Her images feel like forgotten memories stitched together with instinct and vulnerability, always asking more than they answer. So let's get into who is Magdalena Del Mar and what's behind the layers.
I'll start with a usual one, which is what's the beginning of your journey as an artist?
Well, first of all, hello, David. Thank you so much for coming, and thank you for inviting me to your lovely journey of interviewing upcoming artists in Southeast London. And so my journey, I think my artist journey began, I think, when I was a little girl, I have to say. My parents, they were like very artsy people.
Okay,
yeah.
So from your parents, it's in the genes.
Yeah, and I thought, since very young age, I was thinking, I have this passion for art, and I have, and I feel like I want to create something. I want to express myself, and I know that this will also help me. Maybe emotionally, there's some kind of feeling, we have as creators of, different things. We just need to express ourselves, and that helps us to, to live, to develop, to understand the world, people, and travel and do everything.
Yeah.
So when I was a little girl, I had the pleasure of having very, very good parents who they love art, they love music, theater, classical music.
So you were surrounded by all kinds of art.
Yeah, it was lovely. My mom, she was she retired, but she was a senior lecturer, so she's into education. Yeah. But still, she had a lot of passion for theater, and I think that's what brought my parents together, because my father was theater critic for the local newspaper in our city, which is in southeast of Poland, for many years, and he got also free tickets for events.
Oh, nice! Yeah, that's
that was the best, actually. I miss that in London, to be honest, to go to a theater or a music concert, But I was super lucky to have that, and I got to observe many lovely people and meet many lovely, interesting, inspiring artists from many angles of art. And I think that inspired me, and that gave me a boost of like a feeling, and that gave me actually inspiration for myself,
Yeah.
And then I was lucky enough that in my city we have art college, art school. So after primary, I could go straight away to that special school for people who they love art. So it's like an art college, which gives you a degree in like art as a visual artist, basically. So you become a visual artist after finishing that school, and it's a lovely school, I have to say. Again, I mean, I'm in love in my city and the school, and I'm so grateful to universe, my parents, and everything. Everyone that I met, because they helped me so much on my art journey. They kind of kept alive my wish.
That's lovely, though,
and
my that's really nice for that support.
So that's pretty amazing, and I had really good and interesting and inspiring teachers in that school, and I could develop myself artsy wise, and I used to paint a lot, and I'm painting through all my life, I believe. So that inspired me. Then I went to university because I always wanted to travel, so I studied something connected with that. Although I had some like art things during that as well, some lectures, some interesting people from like art world as well. But I wouldn't mention because probably you wouldn't know them, but they were really important and really interesting people. So I'm super grateful for that as well. And I think that was all my artsy journey. I was painting, I was going to different schools, meeting people. That all happened in my city. My city actually is a capital of one part of Poland. There are 16 parts, and this is the capital. It's at the moment, unfortunately, next to Ukrainian border.
Difficult.
But it's a really beautiful city, very clean, very positive, and beautiful. Of course, it's my hometown. I have to say this. And it's called Rzeszów, so it's like southeast of Poland, and then I decided to come to the UK. I had some friends here.
It's a big move.
Yeah, that's a big move. And you know what? I came for holidays. I came just for the summer to see London because, I've been learning English since I was 6.
Yeah.
But, it was just from the books. So
I thought so, because your English is better than mine.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
When I came here, I could understand only people on BBC Breakfast because they pronounce, the words.
The words, yes.
Yeah. And then when I came, out and I was talking to different people from, different backgrounds, I was like, oh my God, I think I need to improve my skills. And no, but that's brilliant because you learn from people, you learn from
a lot of accents.
but it's lovely. And I knew I would fall in love in London, and I did, and I stayed and did many things since then. But my art journey began, I would say, from my first solo exhibition, which happened. It's going to be 10 years next year.
Wow.
It's going to be like a big step.
Yeah. You make me feel like I've just started, dear.
No, it was it took me long to actually process my idea of exhibiting, alone and having an exhibition just of my, consisting of my artwork.
Yeah.
So I was thinking a lot about this. And then, 10 years ago in Sprout Arts, lovely community in First Down, you probably know the place.
Yeah.
I was able to do that, and I'm grateful to them. And this month, actually, there's an abstract exhibition, and I'm one of the artists as well, because we still keep in touch, and they are a lovely group of people and friends of mine.
Yeah, that helps again.
Yeah. And next year, I hope you come, please, to my exhibition, which is going to be in Sprout Arts, and it's going to mark exactly 10 years of
definitely.
Definitely, me creating, my art in London, and first solo exhibition 10 years ago, and 20 years ago I came to London as well. So it's going to be many anniversaries happening.
It's a lovely time to have that then, isn't it? So you can celebrate both your art and coming here.
Yeah, so...
But, I'll be definitely, I will be there.
So in 2 minutes I managed to actually talk about
that's
everything.
the end of that. That's fine. But yes, so... Have you got other influences that influence your art, or not necessarily people, but things? I see.
Actually, so
the very elements, isn't it? Your art, it's sort of water and.
I would never say that's a kind of common question. If somebody asks me who's your favorite artist or who influenced your art the most, I would say everyone, bit by bit. Yeah. I think the beauty of going to an exhibition when you can see and experience somebody else's artwork, that's the best. That's something that you can't compare with an album or with learning about a certain artist. It's just the experience of visualizing the artwork. So that's the beauty of that. For me also, in my art, it's very important is the color, as you probably noticed.
Yes.
And I like to combine things.
Yeah.
For me, it's very important to have a meaning in something, And I love history. I love history of art, and I like when things actually. Well, it's you don't have to like it. It's actually happening because everything is connected in the universe. So the things that they matter, they actually come of something else, and then you can just research, and it's very interesting from every angle and every aspect. But so my artist's name is Del Mar, and that's another idea of explaining my art. I have this little passion for Spanish culture and the language. That's my kind of third language. I'm not very good at it, but I can communicate. I have friends, and you know, this is another benefit of living in London. You get to have Spanish friends, so you can chat. I can chat with them a bit when I have time. I have Spanish neighbor. She's a lovely lady. We do chat a lot in Spanish, so that helps me to continue with my Spanish journey. So coming back to my name, Magdalena Del Mar. Del Mar means from the sea. So it kind of brings up the idea of my artwork.
Yes.
I suppose it gives a name and a statement.
It's a very cool name.
Yeah.
Very cool name.
And you know what? You can't find it actually if you Google. It's either me, either Magdalena Del Mar, the church in Lima, you know, in South America. So there are only two.
Yeah, you're on top of Google.
Yeah. So that kind of brings the idea of my artwork and the colors behind and all the texture you can see.
Fabulous, yeah.
So
amazing.
So for me it's a bit of a mindfulness and also an art therapy for myself. And when I was a child, I was diagnosed with dyslexia.
Okay.
So I'm familiar with all the techniques of, you know, mindfulness, you know, art therapy. So I've been practicing this on myself and now on my son. My son, he's a great inspiration for me. He's autistic. He's on autistic spectrum. Yeah, and he's a wonderful human being.
Of course.
He's exceptional, and you know, I learned so many things from him. And we do a bit of art therapy together, but we also travel around London, which he loves. He loves transport, and we go to different galleries, you know, theaters and places, you know, connected with art, museums. And you know, London is full of art. It's an amazing city. Yeah. You know, some people say, I don't know, they say it's the center of the world. There are people in this country.
Yes, it's very busy, and the art world is amazing here.
It is amazing, and it's spectacular, and I really appreciate the fact we can see a lot of artwork for free as well.
Yes,
we can visit museums and art galleries, and that's the beauty of living in London.
Yeah,
and now we live just, you know, so close to South Bank.
Yeah, you're not far away from that, and there's sculptures everywhere and all that. I'm biased because I love London. I've worked in London since 16, and I love it. I can't help it, and it changes, and I think it's brilliant. It's
a beautiful city. And I mean, 20 years back, I fell in love in London. I still have I just can't imagine living somewhere else, you know.
That's lovely,
and it's lovely, and it's been 20 good years.
That's good. Yeah. That's nice to know. Because it's a busy city. Not everybody likes the busy hustle and bustle of it all.
Yeah. I mean, you have to understand. You have to choose either or either. You can have a weekend away and come back to London. Yeah. Either you live somewhere in countryside and you visit London for its good things.
Yes. Right.
So there's no point for me to complain or to compare even, because there's no comparison. It's about somebody's personality, what you like, what actually inspires you, relaxes you, what you like to do in leisure time. Mm-hmm. So for me, it's going into the city.
And that all goes into your art. Everything you see and do then goes into your art, doesn't it? Because it's all from within.
Yeah.
What you do is from your heart.
I love the seaside, I do, and obviously you can see it on my paintings, but actually it's the people who they inspire me, and the city and the artwork that I observe, and the feelings and the emotions that I process, that's how I process through my art, my feelings, so that helps a lot, but also that, that gives a always different angle and perspective when I create anything.
What's the medium used? Is it oils? Is it acrylic?
Oil. I'm in love in oil since long time, and I know it takes a while. I mean, it doesn't take a while. It takes ages. It takes ages, but I like the medium. I like the shine. I like the texture. I like the fluidness from time to time. Thank you so much.
Lovely. That is. It's just got.
Ania Pieniążek, you know her. She, when I posted actually this painting, she said, "Oh, it looks like I could jump into this water."
It does look like it's moving, though, doesn't it? It's it's got a certain sheen to it, and that.
I have one painting of her here as well, because she's a good friend of mine. And I have one painting of my friend Moneshka, one painting of Carolina as well. I like to collect actually a bit of small artwork from my friends. It's also very, very nice to have them close, you know.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Friends can support and help and inspire and everything.
They do. They are brilliant, and I'm lucky to have them, because we can always talk and we can always chat and give each other ideas, like, you know, exchange ideas. It's so good.
Definitely.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Definitely. So you've got, how many exhibitions you've got currently?
This year, I don't know what's happening. It's good. It's good, because last year this time I was like, there's nothing happening, you know, and I just moved to Kennington 2 years ago. But it was like at the beginning of the year, I was like, nothing is happening, nothing. But you know, when you don't do anything for that, nothing is happening, you know. So like this year, it was just the ball is kind of rolling.
Yes. Yeah.
So it's good. Let's keep the good hopes and the energy. Yeah. But no, I'm really thankful to everyone who's supporting me and helping me, and you know, and just liking my art as well. Yeah. But I have actually 3 exhibitions coming, which is good. 2 individuals. One is like the exhibition I told you in Sprout Arts. Yeah. It's that abstract show. It's really good. So I'm looking forward to this. It happens at I forgot. Hold on.
If you send me all those, I can put them in the description of the podcast so people can see.
It's end of April, like 2 last weeks of April, and it's so good because, you know, just after like. You know, the school break, which we're having at the moment with the kids, and now it's so good. And then the other one is in May, and it's in my local library, Learning Library here, just around the corner.
Okay, that's good.
So it's good, so it's close, so with private view, it's all like
again,
local.
The thing about London is you're very close to everything, really.
Yeah.
Not far from the Thames, like you say, South Bank. And
No. But the exhibition, actually, I'm looking forward to. It's going to be for the first time. It's in East Dulwich. Jenny Avent Gallery.
Oh, wow,
So I managed to have a spot there, and it's really nice, and it's going to be my first time over there. I got inspiration from Ania Pieniążek, because she already exhibited there once. Now it's going to be, I think, second time. I'm going to visit her soon, because I think it's in April. It's happening in April. So it's going to be interesting to see her there again. But thanks to her, I discovered that gallery. You see how friends work, cooperate.
We help each other. We bounce off each other.
Yeah, that's so good. And so for that, actually, I'm looking forward to. It's going to be something new, and it's in Dulwich. And we'll see.
Very exciting stuff. Yeah. Exciting, yeah. So I take it you don't plan ahead too far, do you? You just let it roll on.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing that I plan ahead is the exhibition, which is going to mark 10 years of my art journey with Sprout Arts, because I had to book with them. They are very busy. Yeah. They are lovely gallery and lovely people, but they are super busy. There's so many people applying at the moment, and I'm also like, you know, advertising them. Mm-hmm. So maybe some people came over there because of me, but you know, it's really worth, because it's really nice place. It's good vibe, lovely community. And I'm looking forward for that particular exhibition a lot. And so many friends of mine, they're already coming, so please do come.
Oh, no, I'll be there. 100%, I'll be there. Yes, that's going to be really good. It just marks 2 periods in your life.
Yeah. And in the same year, actually, 2026, it's like 20 years of me living in London, 10 years of exhibiting, and no, it's just... good.
Yeah. You painting all the time? You paint every day?
I'm trying to paint, you know, not every day. It depends on my, I think, emotions and how I feel, and the sunshine as well. Yeah. I need the natural light, so it happens mostly in the morning, and I need to feel like fresh and, you know, like full of energy, and it's nice for me to actually do something during the weekend, like if we go out, we go to central London, and I get to observe anything that inspires me, and then I work during the week in the morning, and I do a bit of art, and there are a few paintings I'm working at the moment, because of, exhibitions coming as well.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, but there's no pressure. If there are actually moments that actually in I think in a whole year, I would say I'm not able to paint at all. I have this art block where I feel like I need to wait because I need to think about the ideas that I have. Even though you might think my paintings are quite similar and the color, palette is quite, obvious, but still there needs to be a process of, rethinking.
I think all artists do have a certain style, and even though a painting may be different, there is that little bit of you in there, so it does look, there is something along, isn't there? Yeah. They connect.
Yeah, but you would be surprised that actually when I was in year 3 in my art college, I've started to paint in blue.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. And thank you to my professor. He didn't mind that because you know what? During the art classes, it's like for 5 hours you're painting a painting, and what happens is like still life. So our teacher, he would bring the things on the table, put them, set them up, and mostly those colors would be like brown and red, and it's not me.
Yeah.
It's not me. And then I thought to myself, I need this to be a pleasant moment. Yeah. So I'm not somewhere in nature, I'm not somewhere by the river or the sea, and I just went with it. I just painted it blue, and he said, okay, cool, that's fine. That's you.
Nice to hear, because some art teachers and that can be very rigid.
Yeah.
They want you to do it in a certain way, but we're not all like that.
No.
We're all different, so a good art teacher allows you to be who you are.
No, he was really good, and thanks to him, I just started to paint the way I like, and I think it's all about that.
Got to be.
You can't copy somebody's style. You can't force yourself to do something. Like for example, I don't like portraits. That's not me. I don't like sketching. I don't like drawing too much. I love painting. I love the texture. I love the color and the paint itself, the movement of the brush, the depth of the layers, and then the colors which I love.
Go straight to canvas. You don't.
No.
Pre-sketch, you just straight on the canvas and it flows and it flows.
And then I leave it for a bit because it's all, so I have to. But I think it's very good because when I leave it for a bit, and it's not a bit, it's like 1, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 1 month.
Oh, wow.
I take it out and I'm thinking like, oh, you know what? I have now a different idea. And, it's all being spontaneous and there's no, not a plan.
Yeah.
I don't plan. Actually,
and
sometimes last moment things happen, and they're like, okay, I like it. This is what I like.
Yeah, it's a better flow when something happens.
Yeah,
as you're doing it.
And then the beauty of that, very well, is when somebody actually likes. When somebody likes your art, then it's just what you need.
We as artists, we have to sell because we have to make money because this is our job.
Yeah,
but the point that a person goes, I love that, I want to buy it. Not necessarily the buying, it's taking that home, putting it in their home and loving it.
Yeah, you have
That's the best feeling in the world then.
But then there's the other feeling. I don't know whether you ever thought about this, because for me actually it's like a personal journey, like a diary, and all I would say all my paintings, they're like my friends. Okay. And then when I lose one, I'm trying to recreate another one like that, but it's not possible. But I have this feeling when it's like on one hand it's the beauty of that somebody falls in love with your painting and they want to buy it and they take it home and then they send me a picture of it and they say it's lovely and thank you, and I love that, I appreciate that. But then the feeling comes like, I'm missing it.
Yes,
I'm missing it.
I'm a little different because photographer, I can just print out another one.
Yeah.
But I understand that. Yeah, definitely. It's nice to know that a person loves your piece as much as you do.
But it's so personal.
Oh, yes.
But then it's the beauty of it that you actually give away like part of yourself, part of your journey, part of your thoughts, dreams, inspiration, and I think that's about art being unique, right?
It is, yeah. It's as unique as you are.
Yeah.
We're all unique. We all got our personalities, and we're all different, which is nice.
That's the beauty of the world. Everybody's different, and
it's like a friend of mine who I did a podcast with a couple of months ago. He sometimes jumps up in the middle of the night and goes, I've got to draw. He just gets up and draws.
Yeah.
He doesn't do exhibition. He just does it for himself.
Yeah.
I think he should do exhibitions because his drawings are amazing.
Oh.
But yeah, we do it. That's why I think it connects with mental health. I think it helps you.
Yes, it does.
I mean, I'll walk around the streets of London snapping away at people.
I'm surprised that I think art therapy was like discovered in the 60s.
Yeah.
It was like stated as art therapy that's beneficial for people, because I think since centuries it helped people. I think there are different research, and maybe they will be found one day, by someone, that that maybe it was actually used before.
Yeah.
It's not only in the 60s. I think it was so much before that time.
Yes.
In ancient time, I would say. Even
I think unfortunately those schools now can't afford dedicated art teachers, and need to adopt that. Need to use art not just for the art part of it, but for the mental health and the help that it can give.
Yes, that's true.
There's not enough of it. It's been pushed away to the side.
And it's great to encourage people actually to do art as well.
Oh, yeah.
Themselves, because some people, they think, it needs to be like this or like that, or it has to be perfect. No, because like we just said, everybody's different, and it's all about expressing yourself, like expressing yourself the way you cook, the way you dress, the way you paint, the way you walk, whatever, It's just, if you express yourself, you do how you feel it's good for you, and it's not hurting anybody else, of course. So I think it's very important. So I think the encouragement of creating anything, in art.
I mean, you were saying about Spanish, you're not perfect at Spanish,
Yeah.
but I think I prefer things that are imperfect.
Yes.
I don't like things to be perfect. It's nice to have that imperfection, because
I think perfect things are kind of incomplete.
there's no soul to something that's perfect.
No.
When something's imperfect or different, it's got some kind of hidden soul to it.
Yeah.
When it's something superbly perfect, then it's bland. It's the same.
Yeah, it's like, from cookie cutter, it's all the same. It's like biscuits, they all look the same. And there's nothing unique about it.
No, that's right. Yeah,
we like biscuits, but
yeah,
maybe not
too much
no,
biscuits.
No, I'm just talking about myself.
No, I do love a biscuit.
Well, if you want, I have some
it's fine. No, don't. I'll eat them all out of your house.
Just a cup of coffee.
Yeah, that'll do. But it's brilliant, and it's hard work though, isn't it? Art, but probably not the art itself, but then.
I think
marketing yourself and exhibitions and stuff like that stuff.
Yes, it's hard to actually start. Like I said, it was only 10 years ago. I have been living in London for 20 years. But it was difficult for me, maybe also because I was a mom. I am a mom, and it's like I focus on Rafael at some point, obviously, from obvious reasons. But also it's not that easy to find places, like initially, to exhibit and show off your artwork. I remember the first time I showed my painting, it was in, now this shop doesn't exist. It was a lovely lady, actually Spanish, Catalonian, not Spanish, I'm sorry, there's a big difference, I learned. So she would feel offended. So she was a Catalonian, and she had a shop in Streatham Common with different color beads. And I asked her, would you, because we knew each other from Rafael's school, we knew each other from, Streatham Common is a very nice area as well. The community there, people, they kind of stick together. I always liked Streatham Moms Network, very helpful people, and, so she said, if you like to show off some of your artwork or a painting in my shop, hang it there for some time, we could try, and it will look nice. And I have lots of colorful bits and pieces, and that's how it started.
That's
actually
lovely.
Somebody, through a conversation, and I feel like, okay, maybe I could do it here. I could show my painting. I could hang it on the wall in the shop. It's more, open to the public. And then I got some nice actually feedback from people, from community, from people, and that's how it started, And then I got to know somebody who's painting, and then somebody told me about a certain place, and that kind of it all. But I think the courage to actually show a bit of your yourself, your private, like more, I don't know, self
it is showing yourself.
Character, like your personality, because, art is like very personal. So if you find the courage to present yourself, put yourself out to the public, then, that's the first step. And then, slowly you keep the ball rolling. The expression, but it's true.
I can't do the talking to the people part. I was at the opening exhibition over at Chancery Lane. Just stand back and let people look. I can't go over there and go, I don't know.
It's very hard. It's very hard to talk about actually your art.
Yes.
And you know what? I know I'm talking a lot today, but I think this year, I don't know what happened. I decided as well, but also I got the opportunities to speak out about my art.
Yeah.
It's like with you, thank you so much. So I can express myself in English. And in January for Southwest Londoner, with a journalist from that online newspaper, that was really good. And it was my first time actually talking a bit more about my art since very long time. Because, when you talk during an exhibition or private viewing, everybody's a bit like happy, and more bubbly. And but talking to somebody who's professional, who's serious, who wants to find out about what you create, who you are, that was a bit tricky. And even though I wrote myself, in my journal, what I want to say, it's not happening because I think in Polish in my head, speak in English, and then, so that was the first thing. And then I had a lovely opportunity to speak up in, it was a kind of an interview in the Polish, Cultural Institute in Hammersmith.
Wow.
So they do like lovely, very inspiring meetings with upcoming artists and more serious artists, creators. And it was so nice. I got this invitation, so it was lovely. And then with one friend of mine who actually, she invited me for an exhibition. We had a live chat on Facebook. So this is my 4th time this year with you speaking about my art. Yeah. And that's like, I'm talking, I think it's good. Although there's a lot of talking, maybe I should be more like specific about certain things. But I think it's so important to actually make your friends and the people who are interested in your art, make them understand where you're coming from and what you're coming at.
Yes.
Up to certain level. So who am I? What made me the person I am here? What I'm aiming at? What is maybe my philosophy of my artwork? So that's very important for me as well.
Well, it's nice to know a bit about the person behind the art.
Yes.
Behind the piece. Because the person who buys know that's part of you, but don't necessarily know much about you. Yeah. And it's nice for people to be able to read or listen about you, and then probably understand a bit more of the art and fall in love with it even more because they know the artist.
Yeah.
It's nice to sort of just talk about yourself a little bit.
No, it's so good. Before I used to talk with my brother a lot, so we talk a lot, and he's always a great supporter of my art. Him and his wife and my family, obviously my mom, my dad, but my cousin. But I think talking to people and being more vocal and in the public, I think that's a good experience.
Yeah, it takes a lot of learning, and it depends what type of person you are,
Yes.
Some artists I've seen, they can talk about their piece. I can't. I could talk about yours, but not my own.
What would you say about my artwork?
Oh, I think they're wonderful. They look like they're moving even though they're not. They've got the same thing you'd say with a portrait when you say the person's eyes are following you.
Yeah.
That's got the same sort of look to it. It looks like there's movement in there. And the blues and the greens are beautiful. And the sheen, like you've got that gold paint, is that gold?
Yes.
It's I think they've got I could sell your pictures all day long. I couldn't talk about mine.
Thank you very much, David.
Well, they'd sell themselves. I could just stand there and go like that, and it's silly because they're beautiful. It's I see. Yeah, there's movement in there, like that one there. With the clouds feel like they can move any moment, and it's different, and it's you.
Yeah.
and so it should be. That's how each piece of art should be. Unfortunately, there's too much commercialism in the top end of the art, and
yes,
it loses that individuality that
that's what
sort
I
of lower
said.
end of the world.
Yeah.
And I wish people would see more of, I can't say lower end artists, but that's what kind of we are. We're not as well known as some of the most famous.
Upcoming artists, I would say. Upcoming.
I'm
an upcoming artist since 10
you're
years.
established. 10 years you are totally established. I'm an up and coming artist.
No,
But
I don't mind. I love this because
I think it's more real with up and coming artists than ones that have been going for 30, 40 years.
Yes, that's true.
I think they lose a little bit for the money. Personally.
I don't understand, to be honest, sometimes, but I don't want to complain in this conversation.
Well,
there are certain galleries in London, they actually hesitate of taking so-called upcoming artists and giving them a chance. There's already a set of artists, and then the exhibitions, when I observe them, they have the tendency of being kind of similar to each other. There's nothing new. Like, here around the corner, we have this lovely school, art school, that they do bachelor's and master's there, young people. And it's a lovely school, and I do observe them on Instagram and Facebook. And there's so many talents there. Yeah. And I wonder where those people go, because they need to show their work. It would boost their, everything if they could exhibit and show
give
their
them more
work.
Confidence.
Confidence, yes, exactly. So, So this is the one bit, but I think it's everywhere in the world. Maybe I think it's going on. I'm just I'm just here in London, thinking about my life, but probably everywhere.
It's everywhere, and I think it's again, unfortunately, down to money. So the higher end galleries, that's all they really care about. Yeah. To be honest, that's how I feel. Yeah. Whether I'm wrong, I don't know. But
it's like to be on part of an art fair, you have to be represented by a certain gallery, and then to be a part of that gallery, you have to sell a few paintings at least. There, you have to be sellable. Yes. And it's quite hard because first it's hard to get to that gallery. It's not that easy because there are certain things you have to achieve, either anything. So first step is this, it's a big step. And then once you get there, you need to sell. And then they actually decide whether to pick you and then show off your work during an art fair. So I'm like, I don't know.
There's a lot of hurdles to jump before you get in. Yeah. It's hard.
Yeah, I mean, it obviously works for some people, and I really appreciate them, and they work hard, and it's beautiful. But just from my perspective, my point of view, it will take me a bit, but I will get there, I'm sure.
Yes, definitely.
Because with me, it's all about this philosophy. It's not about selling; it's about exhibiting. Yes. I don't mind if I don't get to sell like a lot of paintings. It's not about that. It's about showing my philosophy. Yeah. Because it's a message actually which I'm bringing through my artwork. And then it's me behind, and whoever wants to meet me and talk about that, I'm more than happy. Yeah. And then I would encourage a lot of people to express themselves art-wise as well, and I would tell them how it works for me, in my private life, in my social life, from every angle. So.
You and your art are the same.
Yes, we are.
Both together. You art and you. It's good. It's a difficult thing to explain what an artist is or how we are.
Yes, and you have to be ready actually to answer those questions. Like, we are sitting here in my living room and I feel so relaxed because I'm in my own space. Yes. But if we would sit, that's why I said I prefer to meet here rather than in your studio, because I would feel probably a bit more stressed. Mm-hmm. And for me now, sitting here, chatting about my artwork with you, and obviously you bring very nice vibe, and it's a very, very comfortable conversation. But it's so much
I'd rather,
easier
as long as you're
me.
Relaxed, I don't want to take anybody out of their comfort zone. It's just, we're just having a chat.
Thank you for coming. I think it's great you come to people and you do that, because...
It's lovely to hear your processes and you behind your art. So it's just so interesting, and everybody's different.
No, I was squeezing actually this tissue, yes, and I was worried maybe.
I was going to say, am I that bad that you're squeezing this?
No. It's just I worried actually because of
a
microphone.
Won't come up on there, no, you're right.
Okay.
But yeah, I thought it made you that nervous. You're sitting there going,
No. I'm super relaxed. It's really good to sit here and talk with you rather than any other place, because that would be a bit different. But yeah, so I had few solo exhibitions. I had few other exhibitions. I managed to show off my artwork here and there around South London, South East London. I lived for 17 years in Streatham, and then obviously nearly every year participated in Streatham Festival, which is great. It's lovely, you can show off your artwork in different places and it's fantastic work for the community.
It's nice when an area does festivals like that. My area doesn't, but there's a couple of boroughs near me that do celebrate art quite a lot. Some London boroughs or boroughs around the country don't see it and need to see the benefits from the artists and from the people that buy, because people buy art because they love it.
It's a chain reaction. Just even observing art, or if you go to a certain restaurant or a place and you go there with your family and you talk with them, discuss, I think it's lovely. Or you just being surrounded by art, it just helps your mental state, definitely. So my art journey began in Poland in early age, thanks to my family, a lot, thanks to them. And then the art school, which was pretty amazing with all the teachers and students and friends that I'm friends with, even now. Still our friendship is going on through Facebook and Instagram, but we get to meet in summer.
Our lives sort of are a little bit online nowadays, aren't they?
But I actually am a fan of Instagram. I mean, I'm trying not to spend too much time.
I'm always on it. I can't help it. I think I post about 3-4 times a day. I can't help it.
It's good. It's a really good platform because you can show off your work, you can stay connected to people, you can meet other people, and I think for creators, I think it's a very good platform.
How many followers have you got? Do you know?
Yes, I know, but it's not many. I bet
it's more than me. Go on.
No, it's just over 400.
Well, that's enough. But again, I find that you don't want too many because then they're not genuine people.
Exactly. You know what I tend to do actually? Tend to check actually people whether they are following me or not. I'm trying to keep an even balance apart from the popular places like art galleries. So it's like if they don't follow me, that's fine because they are like super popular and famous. But the people who they follow me, I'm trying to keep this balance. I follow them and they follow me, and I'm trying to like their post because this is the job we have to do as people who they are selling some things to actually support other artists and creators, and I think it's all about that, the Instagram kind of.
Yeah, I think we post each other's stuff and we like and follow and that help each other. That's what that's the group of people we're in. We've got to help each other. I think it's a nice little bunch. If you get a bunch of artists as friends as well, and you can bounce off each other and help each other.
That's what Jana is, for example, doing. She's so good in supporting
Yes,
artists.
she does indeed.
She's lovely with it. But I do with my friends as well. And they are great. Other friends. And my family, of course, they are friends. They do support me, which I have a large circle of friends here. I mean, 20 years. It's like a lot of different people, but many lovely people I've met from different countries, and I think that's the beauty of London. We get to have this diverse community, and and
do you have a lot of work? Have you got a lot of work in storage? Do you have loads? Constantly painting. You go So you're working on any piece right now?
Yes, I do. I work on 2 paintings. I have one which I'm working I don't know yet what is going to be the outcome, but 2 of them, they are quite already, processed, but just need to dry, and then there are maybe 2 more layers and they're going to be finished. So, but I think I need to buy more canvases. I'm addicted. And when I paint, I don't focus on one painting as well. It's not one painting. There should be like at least two, three, four.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I come back to the other one and to the other one, and then they dry off, and then it's like it's just not one painting. I'm thinking and designing, and it's never. It's very spontaneous, and I think the more spontaneous, the better is the result.
Definitely, yeah. I think that
and the last moment, it comes all clear, and
that's the better thing. It portrays more of you if it's spontaneous. If you think it out beforehand, it maybe won't be as individual and as nice. Yeah. But thank you very much for talking to me.
No, thank you, and thank you for listening, because I was talking always too much, but it's very pleasant. Thank you for coming, first of all. Always, you came a long way, and not long way, but still coming to my flat, not to your studio.
Nice to meet you. We've sort of seen you on Instagram and followed each other, and it's nice to actually talk to you, Jane. But it's nice to meet you, the person behind the art, and interesting to hear about where you began and your process and everything like that.
Thank you so much, David.
Super. Thank you.
That was Magdalena Del Mar, and what a wonderful conversation I had with her that afternoon. An artist who reminds us that memory isn't fixed. The body's a landscape, and sometimes the most powerful stories are the ones we can't fully explain. If her work resonated with you, be sure to check out her portfolio. The links are in the show notes. And if you like this conversation, share it with a friend. Leave a review or just sit with it for a while. After all, it's art at the end of the day.